This leader is provided to facilitate adjustment of focus. Please be aware there are spoilers contained in this video presentation.
Physics intersects with the historian. You can only go back in time with a DeLorean. If your folks don't get together, you'll fade away. Parking with your mom is quite risque. Quite risque.
Back to the Future was released in 1985. It was directed by Robert Zemeckis. It won an Oscar for Best Sound Effects Editing. It was nominated for Writing, Sound, and Song, The Power of Love. It got a Golden Globe nomination for Best Picture, Actor, Screenplay, and Song.
How about those acid wash jeans? It's like, Michael J. Fox, look at you in your big vest and your acid wash jeans and your little braces walking along.
Life preserver.
That was awesome.
He is the coolest character, even though he's just a slacker. But I mean, it's still, I'm just going.
The coolest slacker ever, right?
Yes.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.
Well, and how about that camera move to emphasize the fact that he's so much shorter than Biff?
He always stands up and then stands up again.
All right, punk.
Well, he is only 5'4", so.
And you know, Michael J. Fox also has no Elvis in him. He is the anti-Elvis, as the Mojo Nixon song says.
If you come as a Nixon and your store could use some fixing.
Wow, Leah Thompson looked hot.
She was a smoke show.
Ooh, mama. Quite literally.
I just have Oedipus yikes.
Right.
That's right. This script got rejected 40 times. And Disney said that they wouldn't take it on because of incest. I have 2 words for you, Disney: Star and Wars.
Well, and this was before Disney bought the world.
Right.
So
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Well, I definitely wanted to learn to skateboard. I mean, I honestly thought Marty was like the coolest character ever.
Grabbing onto the back of a police car, though, shows a lack of judgment.
He's a slacker.
You're a slacker.
Exactly.
I've grabbed onto the back of a car and skateboarded, and it is not a good idea.
Scary.
Like 30 miles an hour is faster than you want to go on a skateboard.
We have a company called Secret Cinema who do real life experiences of films, and they did a Back to the Future one. And basically you sit in the town square, you're there. And so when the scene of him holding on to the car on the skateboard was actually done around us on the road while it was playing on the
Nice.
film. Amazing. However, I have never seen a car drive so slow with someone on a skateboard at the back. So it clearly must have been incredibly dangerous because the scene had finished and they'd only got to one side of the road of the town hall, and then they had to do the rest of it, and he's just holding on going.
Product placement. I think I caught a Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Toyota. They all put their money forward for advertising, which is pretty cool. I wish the same would have gone for DeLorean, but that type of car, I guess, just disappeared.
But it didn't completely disappear because I got one in the garage.
Oh, nice.
The first time we see the car, like as far as cinematography and editing goes, the steam coming out of the trailer, the DeLorean, which was a neat car, but like not everybody's dream car, and then all of a sudden it was everybody's dream car.
Ford heard about them using the DeLorean and they were like, oh hell no, we want to get in on this, and actually offered, I think it was about $75,000 to change it to a Mustang. The response that Gail gave, and I think it's in a fax or something, it just says, Doc Brown doesn't drive an expletive Mustang.
It's so iconic, and it was a special car because it was such a limited run.
The gull-wing doors made it space age.
There is a video where a guy puts like a Corvette engine into one, because DeLoreans, contrary to what you think, because they look fast, are kind of slow.
Very sluggish car. However, when not 88 miles an hour, but when it gets to about 82, It's lovely.
Talking about how it's a mid-engine car was one of the things, because I noticed that Doc Brown was putting things in the boot.
I appreciate your English slang there, Doug. Thank you.
Huey Lewis as the judge of your Battle of the Bands.
I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
I would think that you'd have to have a pretty big horn section to really get through there.
I've heard he's a really nice guy.
Yeah, that's why I've also heard something else.
That he's got a huge penis.
That's why he's such a nice guy, if you've got a huge penis.
Life's dealt in a good hand, let's be honest. And a great penis, so there you go.
The mix of that band live was terrible. They needed to put that guitar in the PA, and the vocals were too low.
That's for the side podcast.
Exactly.
A sound man berates the sound of films.
Hiring somebody to wash your car that tried to assault your wife in high school.
That's nerd goals. Nerd goals.
I didn't really remember it as rapey as it actually is.
Yeah, that I did notice that.
Yeah.
And seen a lot of essays about Doc and Marty's relationship.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
And how, like, the idea of a high school kid hanging out with the...
It's a little weird.
How sad is it that their time together is really moments, because he gets the weekend 55, and then he has to wait all the way to 85, and then there's just like hours, and then it's to the back and forth, and then like a week in 1885.
And then that moment on the... Well, we're not talking about that, though.
Yeah, but, well, I mean, in terms of, like, the amount of time he gets to spend with Marty, being able to talk to him about their experiences is really, really short.
Yeah.
I saw Christopher Lloyd in San Luis Obispo, and he was with a girl that was like 22.
I mean, this is Doc Brown.
Anyone
would.
He's no Huey Lewis, though.
Who's the real hero here? It's Huey Lewis.
There were lots of guitars in this, but no ukuleles.
Maybe Marty wouldn't have been as cool, though.
Yeah.
So maybe the guitar
Or
was...
maybe he'd be
Cooler, yeah.
Maybe.
Great Scott! I give this 3.5 ukuleles. I still just, this is a terrific movie. Had a great time. Really happy that I watched it again. It really holds up. There's some troubling subject matter, but I think overall it's a fun movie and a great viewing.
I would give it the 4 ukes just because it's such a cornerstone for pop culture around the 80s in terms of movies that were edited and put together. It's just flawless.
I would give it 4. Also, the quotable like lines in this, stuff where I can still like watch it and quote it.
I would give it a 4, but I only give it I actually add a 4.5 in the end. I love the story. I love the characters. Yes, there's some troubling moments in there for now, but I think it's a classic film. It's well made. But the extra 0.5 is because I think it's one of the greatest film scores I have ever heard. Because how can I still watch that film and get to the clock tower scene and be on the edge of my seat wondering if that cable's going to get there? I know what's going to happen, but the build-up of the music and the themes that are used, that twinkle of excitement, that and all of that, and then the actual theme itself, the excitement that generates, the music itself is just textbook brilliant.
It's over!